What's up, friends? I'm looking like a hippie, a dippy in this manippy. I don't know. I look cute as fuck. Oh my God. I look cute for every episode. This is a trend. Let's check what's going on here. Let the adventure begin. Mm, great shit. We got some chai tea going on. You guys know I love vanilla chai. This chai tea is hot. I don't even think I want to drink it right now. No. Let's get ready for this episode, baby. Ay. It's a good one. This one I call Talking to Strangers. Yeah, strangers. If you're a stranger out there, welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm talking to you. Sure am. All right. I think that was enough for an intro. Any jokes? Any jokes today? Any jokes today? It's Valentine's Day. I'm recording this on Valentine's Day. My partner is phenomenal. We just celebrated 3 months on Saturday. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a me day today. Sounds like I should give myself some love. So don't forget to love yourself. All right. Let's get to the episode. Ooh. Okay, actually, there have been a lot of times where I have done that and then I just continue to sing. I pull my phone out, I get the lyrics out, and I just start going. And I really think I crush it every single time. And then I listen back, I do a playback, and I'm like, oh, this really shouldn't get out. No, it's not my forte. I like to be good at everything I do, but I have to acknowledge I'm not good at singing. All right, that was my tangent on its own. So let's do this, my friends. Getting into my podcast voice. Okay. Oh, I do this alone. I laugh at myself. Okay. Hey, friends. Welcome back to Let's Chat with JVax, where I spit some mad fire from my mouth to your ears on my thoughts, experiences, and moments of magic. Life is about experiencing and sharing. So let's chat about it. This episode is about talking to strangers, a compilation of meeting new people, whether this be at a party or a job or a networking event, or meeting people in the dating world, or literally just walking up to someone and being like, hey, I saw you over here. There's an extra seat. Can I take it? Talking to strangers can be scary. It can mean so many things, like putting yourself out there, learning new things, the awkward silences, the difference in values. Think back to the last time you encountered a true stranger, and not just a stranger who handed you your cup of coffee at Starbucks. Really, think to the time you connected with a stranger, not just a, wow, great weather, ain't it? But a, where did you come from? And tell me about yourself type of conversation. A conversation where you are open to getting to know them and not just asking to let them talk and tune out. There are so many people in this world. And we get in the groove where we put ourselves in the same rotation every single day, each and every week. We talk to the same friends and family each day. We go out to the same bars and chat only with the people we came with. Or we skate on the surface and don't plunge into the deep end when we're interacting with someone new. We may find it difficult to approach or be approached by a stranger because of the uncertainty that may come from it. We look into our phones. We eat out only with friends or a group of people. We have both headphones in. We look down when we pass others. The whole, if we don't make eye contact, then there's no room for communication type of thoughts. We ride in the middle lane, or we speed around them in the fast lane versus veering off, taking the back road where there's scenery, sometimes silence, sometimes bumps, but also opportunities for sunshine and to beam afterwards. When it comes to talking to strangers, use this as an opportunity to be whoever you want to be, to ride in the uncomfortable. I have stated to myself, do something that makes you uncomfortable each day. And if that means to talk to a stranger for 30 minutes, then let's fucking go. But to be honest, I've been inviting talking to strangers into my life that it's no longer scary. It's thrilling. It shows me so much about myself, and I get to learn so much about a stranger. This episode is brought to you by Not Pot, baby. It's pot, but it's not. It's CBD. Not pot. This brand specifically is a gel icy. It is amazing. It's like icy hot and it delivers fast acting, long lasting, and super deep pain relief for all of your muscles and joints, backaches and all. Your girl still has them backaches. This tube has about 500 milligrams of sustainably sourced hemp delivered CBD that is USA grown, lab tested, and gently extracted. I freaking love this product, and it has been life-changing and smells delicious. You can use code JBAX for 20% off. Go ahead and look at the description and see that code and go to it for yourself. I have found that being open is a source of force. When I communicate with a stranger, I don't ask what they do. I ask what lights them up, what excites them, what makes them, well, them. I have had a lot of experiences with strangers lately, and they all come like this: by going out alone, whether that be at a coffee shop, a cafe, a lunch or dinner, a walk in the park, or sitting at the bar. I go into these spaces and I bring myself, maybe a book, 9 out of 10 times a journal, and phone on do not disturb, please and thank you. Please, friends, if you do anything for yourself this week, do not disturb your phone for a weekend day or night, and do something for you. Peel your eyes away from an alternative reality and look around. Look at a stranger. I had an experience with a stranger the other day. I was seated outside at a Mediterranean restaurant. The sun on my skin, looking trendy as hell. You know how I do. And writing my goals for the week after eating so much hummus and pita bread. One headphone in on low volume. And I observe what's around me. There's a couple. a dog in a stroller, and two other people seated alone. One was reading a Kindle, the other was greeted by a friend. As I look down to continue to write what my next week will look like, I hear someone say something to me, and I look up. The Kindle reading man has approached me. I take my headphone out and say, "Come again?" And he insists that he does not want to bother me. And I insist, "Come again?" And then he asks what I'm writing about, asks if I'm writing a book, and then asks if it would be a bother to take a seat at the table right across from me. There are so many things that would have usually ran through my head a year or two ago. Number one, stranger danger. Wee-oo, wee-oo, wee-oo. Number two, is this man trying to hit on me? Oh my God, I have a partner. This is super unacceptable. No, you cannot sit there. And three, this is uncomfy. Sir, please leave. But me, as my evolved motherfucking self, I insist he take a seat. And I commend him on his courage to say hi and come take a seat with me. This bravery it takes people to do this is impeccable. And the flattery to feel this, it's pretty nice too. So we begin to chat. He asked me what I'm writing. As I said, he asked if I'm writing a book. And I go into the conversation letting him know that I'm writing my goals and begin to dive into the depths of who I am. Not what I do for a living, but what I want to accomplish. The struggles I feel every day about having goals that scare me, that I just want to help others, that I want to give back what I learn, that I want to grow so others can grow. Imagine being that guy on the other end of the table being like, wow, what the hell did I just get myself into? He asked me if this usually happens. Someone coming up and speaking to me, asking if they can sit down. And I honestly say yes, as I invite that type of communication and conversation wholeheartedly. This is where the best time of connections come. A stranger getting to know a stranger, allowing me to get to know myself and everything that I am, as I am, in practice, all that I have tried to be. He asks very interesting questions, such as, is it exhausting to communicate so openly and poised as I do? And if I prefer to be giving to the conversation or receiving the words of others in the conversation. Questions that I haven't been asked by my friends, and we're deep as fuck. So these get my brain working in such different ways. They challenge me and allow me to grow even deeper. As we depart from the table, he says, I did not expect to have such a positive takeaway from this experience. As I respond, well, what did you expect? And he responds back, I had no expectations. as it should be. Drop your expectations of how anything is going to go. Release any attachment, any what ifs, and just go into anything with nothing. Into this story, to talking to strangers. Take these with you into your next interaction, whether it be with a stranger or a friend or a family member. We all need these. These being the top 5 things to engage in conversation with a stranger or others. Be open-minded. Whatever they say, anything that you have thought before, let it go. Open your mind. Even if you feel yourself thinking, oh, no way, I hate that, I would never. Well, good thing it's not your story. Agree to disagree. As you are open-minded, that does not mean that you have to agree. Agree to disagree. Allow them to share. Validate their thoughts. And feel free to share your thoughts back. Or feel free to keep those inside. We think that it has to be a give or a take in every conversation, a hear and a share back. But it doesn't have to be. Vulnerability. Vulnerability is the purity of communication. When you are vulnerable, you allow for them to be vulnerable back. You open a door that allows for more authenticity and depth to filter in. Vulnerability is a challenge that we even have with our loved ones. But this is a stranger. And what do you have to lose? Feel more free to be vulnerably you. Transparency. Be transparent in how you feel in that moment. Even if you feel uncomfortable to chat with them at first, or even if you're not feeling the conversation. Transparency can take you into the next 5 minutes of continuing, leaving, engaging, whatever it may be. And how empowering would it be to not feel a conversation and be like, hey, it's time for me to leave. That's bravery too. And lastly, courage. Be brave. Be courageous. If you see someone you want to engage with, go say hi. It doesn't matter how you do it. Observe them and let them know you see them. And then engage with them. Be courageous for where the conversation may lead to. Be courageous to have them turn away. You have nothing to lose. Talking to strangers is thrilling. It is encouraging. It is energizing. You gain so much out of a conversation with someone you do not know. You can share yourself so purely. There is nothing that needs to hold you back. Be as purely you as you can be. Be brave. Tell yourself before saying hi or before welcoming in the conversation, that you surrender to the expectation of how this will go. Make a connection that you can reflect on. How did you grow from it? How do you want to grow in the future? What can you share with others around you about this interaction? Talking to strangers is the new cool, the new streamline. Get out of your comfort zone, get vulnerable, share yourself. If you struggle with vulnerability, communicating, or begin or accepting to talk to strangers, let's chat about it. Book time with me and let's get comfortable being uncomfortable. If you liked this episode, give me a follow, subscribe, like, 5-star rating by saying, wow, J-Bax is lit as shit. Oh. And if you think a friend of yours will enjoy this episode about talking to strangers, send this their way. Post it to your feed as well. Why not share it out? And if you are someone who was courageous and has talked to me, I think you are dope as fuck. Thank you so much for inspiring me for this episode. So much fucking energy is received. And friends, I challenge you to talk to a stranger this week. And then message me on Instagram and tell me how it went. Let's connect over talking to strangers. You guys rock. Have an amazing week. Peace, love, and goodbye.